we go. Good morning from Casablanca. And we're off on the road. I just turned Tigger on to check how much fuel I've got and it says 0. But that can't quite be right. Hopefully it'll sort itself out in a minute. Now, we have the fun of Casablanca traffic, but it's Sunday. And right now, I see no traffic anywhere at all. So, that's good for me. I'll take that. Okay, so we're on the dual carriageway heading out of Casablanca. Quick sit rep. It's 9 AM on a Sunday morning. It's 18.5 degrees C. Tigger's current estimate is that we're going to do 276 kilometers on the fuel we have on board. Garmin's estimate is that we'll get to the border with Ceuta at 1:45, but obviously I'm going to stop the fuel and food along the way, so it'll be a bit later than that. Now, I can't actually plot a route to Ceuta. I can only plot a route as far as the border because Ceuta is on a different SD card for Garmin. It's on the EU SD card, so I'll have to swap that when I get to the border to just plot the last 10 minutes of the ride in Ceuta. And I've got to keep an eye on the fact that the time will change. Ceuta is in Spain. It's 1 hour ahead of Morocco. Bien, merci beaucoup. Okay, coming off the péage now and onto the N1. I've spent a lot of time on the N1 the last couple of days. It's a big road that's wiggled through various little towns further south. I don't know what it's like up here in the north. It's probably a little bit more modern, but we'll see. So even up here in northern Morocco, the N1 road goes through these little towns. You'd like to call them a one-horse town, but there's a lot more than one horse. It goes through these little towns, much as it does in southern Morocco. I like these carts that are going along. They seem to be whole family outing. It is Sunday and everybody seems to be in town. Hold up. Surprise, surprise, two vehicles have collided. Who'd have thought it? Sunday today. People here in their Sunday best. Good outfits on show. Whole families coming in on their horses and carts. Utter chaos. Well, today here you can buy everything. If you want a live sheep, you got it. If you want a new window, you can buy that. A mattress, yeah, you can buy that. A fridge freezer, washing machine. Nothing that you can't buy here in this market. Tigger filled up again. And I said they can keep the change. I don't need any dirham coins to take away with me, so they were happy. I'm happy. Tigger's happy. And back on the road. Had to clean my visor as well. This is an agricultural area, you can tell by all the agricultural vehicles and carts and things. And that means there's a lot of insects, a lot of pollinators flying about. I managed to collect a lot of them on the front of Tigger's screen, but got a lot of them on my visor as well. I could hardly see where I was going. Okay, so this is Garmin having a bit of a laugh here. I'm pretty sure the main road will take me to the border, but we've got a bit of a detour planned here. Sure, we'll cope with anything. Anyway, this is more fun than a toll road, isn't it? Look at what it looks like on Garmin. I like it. Incredible view from up here. You see the cranes of the port, that's Tangier Med ferry port there. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but beyond the cranes is the Strait of Gibraltar, and then on the other side, what we're looking at is mainland Spain. What an incredible view, that's fantastic. Find out, donkeys. Through, sheep. Which way are you going? Getting out of the way, that's good. Oh, donkeys, cows, sheep, what next? Oh, it needs another herd of camels. Well, this is a lovely detour. What I can see out there, that's Ceuta, so that's where I'm heading. Obviously got quite a long way to go down to get down there. The town of Nidik, probably saying that wrong, is the first place to go to. That's where the border is. Oh, well, that was a fun little detour. Now back on the N16 dual carriageway, which is interesting enough in its own right. But it's time to go on with the serious business of finding the border and getting through it. 2 minutes from the border, and I've used up most of my dirhams there to fill Tigger, and he gave me the change in euros because he knows how this works. So that's great. There we are, ears popping, but I'm down at the coast road, and this is the road that leads to the border. I need to turn the cameras off when I get to the border. Hopefully it's going to be a straightforward crossing through. Fingers crossed for that. Bit of a queue, but I'm sure it won't take us long. Motorcycles only lane, that suits me just fine. So, camera's off at this point. Oh, so far so good. That's me stamped out of Morocco. Now let's see if I can get back into the EU. Well, that's it. I'm back in España. Arrived. Good. Mission accomplished. It's been quite an interesting ride today. I thought it was going to be motorway all the way, but in actual fact it had some interesting bits in it. An interesting bit through that market and an interesting bit over the mountains into Fnadik. And then of course the border crossing, which is always stressful, but seemed to go fairly smoothly. So here we are, back in Ceuta. I've got a ferry booked for tomorrow morning, so that'll do just fine. Well, that was another nice stay in the Airbnb in Ceuta. Off to find the ferry port now. They say, oh, it's just 10 minutes away, you don't need to go this early, but that's because they know where they're going and I don't. I've left a bit earlier than they thought I should, but that's fine. Had a good breakfast. I'm on a different ferry today than the one that I was on coming into Africa. The one I'm on today is a bit slower. It'll take me an hour and a half to get back across to Algeciras. No problem with that. I've just got a relatively short ride in Spain when I get across there. Found it.
Well, it's hard to know if I'm in the right place here. The ferry ticket says I should arrive an hour before the ferry, and I can see the ferry parked there. There's nobody else here. My hosts at the Airbnb said, oh no, you only need to arrive 10 minutes before, so maybe that's why there's nobody else here. I don't know, or maybe I'm in completely the wrong place.
two different tickets, one for me, one for Tigger, and I'd only downloaded Tigger's, not mine. Never mind, we're on. And here we are, back in Algeciras port. Oh, ferry ports can be so confusing. You get in the wrong lane or you follow the wrong sign. Very unforgiving about taking a wrong turn or going the wrong way. I'm glad I'm not in that queue though. So today we're heading north out of Algeciras up into the mountains, and it's a no motorways day, so we're going to have these squiggly little roads for the next couple of hours, and I've got a cheap pension booked for tonight. We'll see what it's like when I get there. Oh well, this is nice. Almost immediately out of Algeciras and into the countryside. But apparently not. Ah, I was in Los Angeles. So this road comes with some warnings. It says, attention, mountain road, mal estado. I assume that means bad condition. Tigger won't have a problem with it. Could be fun. Worse than the roads in Morocco. Past more signs warning that the road's in bad condition. But I've got to say, compared to the stuff I've been riding in Morocco, and oh, hello cows. Presence of livestock is the most dangerous thing rather than the road surface. But yeah, compared to what I've been riding in Morocco, and compared to what I was riding in Romania last year, this road's a piece of cake. In fact, I think there are probably worse roads in Scotland. Algar. So this is Algar with its interesting ruined monastery up on the hill. Bienvenidos a Algar. But I'm not stopping at Algar. I'm going through to El Bosque, which is just a little bit further on. Let's see if we're at the right place.
Well, here I am in my room in El Bosque, quite comfortable. Out here I've got my own little outside table to sit at. It's quite warm here now, it's about 28 degrees, so warmer here than it's been in Morocco the whole time I've been there. Tigger's parked down here. I'm told that tonight I can bring him in and park him in the courtyard here and lock the gate. Didn't ride very far today, just 130 kilometres, 80 miles for you British audience. Not very far, but interesting riding over those hills from Algeciras over the Andalusian hills here to El Bosque. There's a restaurant and bar attached to the little hotel rooms here. And I'll go for a stroll around El Bosque, which will take me about 5 minutes. And tomorrow I'm off to Cordoba. Got a bit of a detour planned on the way, but we'll see that when we get there. And then for the rest of this evening, I'm just going to relax. I've got some video editing to do. There's good Wi-Fi here, so hopefully I'll get that sorted tonight. And we'll get a good day's riding done tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.